This is the Violent Professional Podcast brought to you by AriesClothing.com.
What up, yo? I'm Trinity.
Is that really your name?
It's my real name, not just my stripper name on the weekends. Like, I know you catch me at Cheetahs. No.
So your parents named you Trinity.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Well, mom liked the name Trinity. She thought she's having a girl. She had a boy, and she just kept the name. Just one of them things.
Interesting. So you had a funny story about man buns and stuff, so that kind of got me rolling with the topic of the decline of masculinity. And I know a lot of people are going to probably have some broad opinions on this one, but let's go ahead and
skinny jeans and man buns.
Share your story on your man bun experience.
If you're wearing a flannel and you can't start a chainsaw, refigure out your life.
Amen.
So I have I do tandems. I'm a tandem instructor for skydiving, and I have one standard of a student that I will not take. I'll take the heavies. I will take the people that are special needs because it's awesome. Like they appreciate that kind of thing. But I have one standard of a student I will not take, and that is a dude with a man bun that's wearing a flannel and has got some skinny jeans and doesn't know how to start a chainsaw.
Elaborate.
Well, I've taken at least 5 man buns that I know of in my career because I counted.
You can count to 5, yes.
But I've done 6,000 tandems or something, but the 5 that had man buns all gave me problems. And I noticed the trend early on. The first one, he wouldn't put a shirt on. I got the harness. I'm like, put a shirt on. Paul James, which is like, you're taking him anyway. And I'm like, I don't want to take him. He won't put a shirt on. He's like, put a harness on him. So I take him, ringworm. I end up with ringworm because the guy wouldn't put a shirt on. Okay. That's strike 1 against man buns. Okay. And besides that, his body position and things, we give him credit for that because it's their first skydive. We don't harass him for that. That's the thing. Second, third man bun, cutaway, lying over, trying to kill me. I'm over it. So I have the standard. Look, I'm not going to take the man bun. Everybody knows that I work with. One day I walk in, my buddy Andrew's standing there with a dude in a harness. He's like, that's your student. And I'm like, fuck you. That ain't my student. You're taking that guy. He knows, and he's like, why? His girlfriend's standing there, but he's kind of playing it up because he knows how I'm going to react. I'm like, he's got a man bun, dude. He's going to try to kill me. Fuck him. And his girlfriend just starts laughing, just loses it. And I'm like, you're my student. And I get her ready, and we get in the plane, we land. On the way back to the drop zone, I look over to my buddy. We're parachutes over the shoulder, and he's like, fuck you and your man buns. I'm like, why? What happened, Andrew? The motherfucker tried to kill me. Well, did you ask him? Has he can he start a chainsaw? Has he drug a deer out of the woods? Those are the exceptions to the rules, right? If it's a dude that has the masculinity, beat the hell out of him, made to feel put on some skinny jeans and grow a beard to feel like a dude and put your hair in a bun.
I think that's a social thing though. There should be boxes that you have to check on when you come in and sign all your paperwork and all that kind of shit.
I don't know, man. I have a standard and that's it. I will take all the heavies, all the disableds. We're going to do just fine.
Besides the man buns, what's the most unique, story that you've had, while doing tandems?
I mean, it depends on what moves you as an individual or just funny stuff.
Anything.
What moves me is I've taken people with MS or disabilities or cause I've taken repeat people that come back and the only time their disabilities don't matter to them is when they're in free fall. And that's amazing,
That's cool, man.
And to be a part of that is something special, and I think about those people and older people that are or physically disabled people that don't have the ability to do what we do every day because we can run out of landing, we can flare, we're pretty heads up on things, but there's people that can't do that physically. So those jumps are special to me. And then of course there's me and my wife got married in a plane.
Oh, cool.
On the plane and then landed as a couple. So those kind of jumps too are pretty, it's pretty awesome, man.
That's rad.
So it depends on the level of what that means to you. Today we had some sick jumps, seeing you guys' last jump today, and then having Elliot do the flyby. Yeah, it was good.
You guys are turning and burning. Yeah, dude, Elliot doing that flyby.
Yeah, it was
when we
sick.
landed. That was awesome.
Which brings us to the after party and hanging out and like
Yeah, dude. No, we've had a rad time here.
looking at the stars.
We're gonna be coming back. We'll come back.
You guys know
September.
about dimethyltryptamine?
Heard of it.
What
is
a
it?
few times. DMT, we were talking about it.
DMT. I'm not familiar with it.
Made
No.
famous by Joe Rogan.
I don't know if it was
Well,
famous
he talks about it a lot.
after him or who was already in play.
Yeah.
So explain. What is it?
It's a natural chemical found in your brain and released naturally in your life in your pineal gland, twice naturally in your life when you're born and when you die, or if you're pregnant and you give birth. So maybe 3 times if you're a woman, because you feel the rush through the placenta when the newborn is being born.
My mind is being fucking blown. That's science.
And,
No, I've never heard of it.
And like the Buddhists call it the spirit molecule.
Yeah.
When DMT rushes through your body when you're born and when you die, they have measured the body and it actually weighs different. And the only thing different is the rush and the synaptic firing of the DMT in your brain. The body weighs different. Your spirit leaves. It's like,
The fuck?
yeah, man.
Joe Rogan talks about this.
Absolutely.
Like every episode.
Okay, so
Like every fucking episode.
Oh, I never listened. I never heard of Joe Rogan
You seen it
podcast.
before?
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting to. It was maybe you guys.
So do you smoke it?
I'm highly
No, I don't have.
different ways
I'm
to
not
do it.
saying I'm Robert. It's something that you guys should definitely look into, and if given the opportunity, you should take 3 deep breaths and fucking hold them. And
3 deep breaths. Where's my pen?
Transport to the spirit world.
well, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, when I very first was introduced to it, it was my buddies that were extracting it from like Mimosa hostilis. It's the root, the red root that you can get, the stuff that they mix with ayahuasca, and you can extract it. And it's a different form of the stuff that they take from the bark. That's a tree, and they can extract it. And it's a different form from the Bufo alvarius toad from Arizona, the Sonoma Desert toad. And it's a different form, 5-MeO DMT. Each of those you dry up into a crystal and you smoke them like a crystal. But you want to take 3 deep breaths and hold them and fucking astral project into the next dimension, man.
Fuck yes, dude.
So like you guys said, like when we started this, like we could go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I already had that in mind.
Yeah. You can
Because-
go, you can go
So what? Hold on.
What?
What's that other thing that you mentioned? Because I think I had a buddy that went down to like South America on like some kind of like retreat.
Ayahuasca.
That he said that shit changed his life, dude.
So ayahuasca is like, it's mixed with a MeO inhibitor. And the tribal men figured it out that like they can mix it with something that reduces your tolerance to the actual effects of the DMT. And so it's from the Mimosa hostilis. They take it from the vine and you ingest it, which makes for a longer lasting effect if you work and fight for that spiritual connection, you know, cause you have to vomit and there's like a purging. It's kind of like peyote. But like peyote's different. So like, well, from what I've understood from the hallucinogenic culture that I've been involved with and like involving in this aspect is like peyote is grandfather and ayahuasca is grandmother. So they both have the same kind of effects when you drink them, like the purging and stuff, and like getting down to the root of the soul and stuff like that. But like grandfather is more like in your face, like peyote is more like gets a hold of you, and like whereas ayahuasca is more like a meditative, putting yourself in and like thinking about what you need from it. Whereas grandfather like grabs a hold of you and shakes the change out of your pocket.
All of that, all of that sounds inviting, except for the purging part.
So the DMT part that we're smoking doesn't have any of the purging. And the effects only last like 5 minutes. So basically you could be on your lunch break, decide to blast off to another universe, smoke it, and then like be normal absolutely in 10 minutes and be back to your cognitive, high functioning self, but had the most astounding.
I can't believe you haven't heard of this shit.
No, I live in a fucking box, dude.
So, now, I mean, when I started, it was like in the condensed form. It looked like a crystal, it looked like some drugs, some meth type of shit. And you had to smoke it like that. It looked terrible. And I hate meth. Grew up in the fucking meth household. My mom was leaving like at 14 lines of shit, like clean the house, sell this for whoever. Beat that, went to college, found, like I put my life together. You know what I mean? And then found this later at a low time when I needed to know some answers. And that's the way it comes, you know, like when you're ready for those answers. But it was still crackheadish when you smoked it then. Nowadays, we got it in a pen cartridge like your vapor, like your fucking, you know, your concentrates for weed. And it looks just like that. And you put it on the same pen and you take 3 deep breaths of that shit and it'll set you straight. And it is less abrasive. Like before you had to smoke it, you felt like a crackhead, and like you had to fire it up the glass or something and like fucking hit it like a crackhead. It sucked because it was something so beautiful that it felt like you're defiling it by smoking it like that. And now it's in this pen where you can just take 3 drags off of it and set it down and just like get right with your life. And it's fucking amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So,
how come I haven't never heard of this shit?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I've never heard of White Claw either until you mentioned it.
Well,
today.
you've heard of licking toads and stuff back in the day and stuff like.
That's
Well, they basically weren't licking them. There's these glands behind the bufo alvaris where you squeeze them onto a glass. It's like a pimple and it squirts out. And you let that dry, and it dries like a crystal, and you smoke it.
What? I want to know how that was found.
Who the fuck's the dude?
I think they were Hopi, the Hopi Indians, right?
Huh.
I don't know.
So it has a therapeutic, and that's why you started it, because you were in a low life or low part of your life. You're a low life that was a part of
A low life situation, exactly. You know,
It's
but
part of the podcast. Is
the only thing
people
that
talk shit.
the only thing that ever gave me hope, man, was like hallucinogenics in my life. I like raised from like junior high, I was being molested by the sheriff next door. Fucking bam, happened for a long time. Fucking, he was giving me drugs to keep me quiet, like fucking, like saying he's gonna shoot my mom and stuff, and like, and she's selling dope next door, and like he's like watching us. It was fucking weird upbringing. My testimony put that cop behind bars. He did fucking 8 years, and I fucking did my time for whatever I got busted for. Is a juvenile. All my felonies were juvenile. I put my life together, and at 25, I went to college and put my whole life together.
That's awesome,
Like,
dude.
like rebuilt everything. And one of the main ingredients for feeling like anything I had, which was worth giving this world, was dimethyltryptamine. It fucking set me around back to the light, and it turned me away from fucking feeling like life was ultimately darkness and nothing mattered. And that's why I wanted to bring that up, especially when I heard you guys right here doing a podcast. I'm like, I got some shit to say.
Yeah.
Because I got a pretty, interesting fucking shake at things, I had the fucking change shook out of my pockets many times, and, all I'm trying to do now is make smiles for miles and fucking make people happy and like show them that there's a better place, and like take people that don't have our abilities on skydives. And like, you saw me today, I have like Jesus, like the buddy Jesus from Dogma on a GoPro mount, and I'm like taking him on speed flights and like, like,
That was awesome.
and
dude.
like skydives and stuff. That is a mockery of religion, but kind of, because spirituality is where I found the key, and I've usually found that in some of the higher speaking hallucinogens in my life that have led me to fucking a higher connectivity to all of us.
What's the gnarliest one you've taken?
DMT, man.
DMT?
Like that's it. I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
And I only want to do that when it's necessary. So like, it curbed the enthusiasm for every other illicit activity besides being cognitive and in tune with fucking how we connect as people, and fucking being a part of the same culture and not being a shitbag, which is fucking key.
In this day and age, absolutely.
Yeah. There's a lot of shitbags that have been demasculated and they're running around with man buns. You can't take them on fucking tandems because they're trying to fucking kill you. Right? High fives all around. Fucking
You
A,
go
man.
over a trip, like what a DMT trip is like.
It depends on the individual.
You should look it up on YouTube, and like everybody's kind of like similar, but
So there's
he's
levels.
gonna tell you right now.
There's levels to this shit. The first time I did it, I went beyond like anybody that was like extracting it around me that actually put me on it. Or like, they call it the curtain. You get to this curtain, it's like colors and geometry, and you can dictate how the geometry moves by looking at it, and it unlocks and it fucking opens like a stage curtain. Then you're in that dome. It's like Alex Gray, like a painting with the fucking triangles and the eyes. And then there was like the multifaceted head with all the arms, like Gaia, the earth. And the dome is like the energy field around it. And she is organizing all the life that comes in and out of it. And then you look at an eye over there, it's like clicking on a window. It comes over to you. It's a consciousness. It's a being. You have a whole conversation within like 3 seconds, and then it goes away. You can bring this and it's like people and beings you've known your whole fucking existence. It's crazy. It all happens really quick. And then they figure out you're there ahead of schedule, and then they put you in a waiting room, and it's like, quiet and there's no faces. And then you like open your eyes and you're like in your fucking living room. Like, where the fuck have I been just for like a fucking eternity? It feels like the longest trip you've ever had on mushrooms or anything. And it's only, you look at the clock and it's only been 5 minutes and you feel like you left like a whole fucking 3 lifetimes of information give to you from like everyone you've ever known in existence. And that is the deepest as I've ever gone past the curtain.
So with DMT.
But before that, there is a lot of like connectivity and there's a lot of colors and things that are happening in geometry. And it almost seems like there's people like consciousness is right behind those things, kind of puppetrying the things in front of you to see how you react, to see if you can see them giving you a show to get you to the curtain.
Mind blown, dude. So like with DMT, it's like, is there a better quality than the other kind of weed?
I don't know that.
No.
I don't know that at all. I mean, there's the taste difference in the like Mimosa hostilis extraction versus the bark extraction versus the 5-MeO from the Bufo alvarius toad versus the pen tastes amazing and is less chemically and you can take big hits and not fucking die.
Oh, so
where everything extracted, no, I mean, like not die, but like it feels like you're dying because the chemically taste of like smoking it is horrible. It's fucking horrible in the extracted form. But in the pen, these new pens, like it tastes amazing. You can take 3 fucking big hits and not like cough your lungs out and feel like you're being asphyxiated in a, like, you know, like some kind of army test in a gas chamber. Like, here, fucking take your mask off. And they throw in the shit and you fucking have to breathe.
Like my brain automatically goes to, has this been studied and are there long-term health effects, like negative effects on your health with taking this? I mean, it sounds super interesting. Have you read any literature or heard any?
I've just been watching videos on it.
Rogan and
I haven't done it.
Huh. Have you noticed any negativity as far as like on your health?
Absolutely not.
I saw you running across the airfield today. You look like your cardio was sucking.
Dude, I quit smoking cigarettes 2 weeks ago. I've been a hardcore fucking smoker every day, at least a pack of Rollies and shit.
Why'd you stop?
Because I want to live longer. And it's not, you can start smelling it, people and things. And I'm a tandem instructor. So I know every time I take a break and I smoke and I come back, like now that I smell my passengers, I'm like, that's the fucking ride I was giving people. They can smell the vodka from last night and the cigarettes, which is fucking terrible.
I used to smoke and like when I stopped, you would smell other people.
Exactly.
And they smell like fucking shit. Dude.
Yeah, when they smoke. Exactly.
They smell like asshole. And that's what I used to smell like, you know what I mean, when I smoked.
And I just got back from the dentist and they grafted all this shit and they did a bunch of stuff. And they're like, stop smoking. And then after the surgery, it was smoked for like 3 weeks. And then I was like, you know, fucking all this dentist work, all this money in my life. I got 3 kids already, you know, like 17 and then 20 and 23. I got 3 grandkids. I'm fucking 38. I had my first kid when I was 14 years old. Like I've lived a fucking rough life. Damn. I was on Montel.
Damn.
And fucking Dateline because I was charged as a fucking adult for having consensual sex at 14 with a girl that was 15.
You were on Montel?
Yeah. Because we had a kid with consensual sex, right? I was 14, she was 15, and they charged us both with lewd and lascivious conduct with a minor, which is a sexual felony, like some sexual predation shit. So we had to get lawyers and we got to drop down to fornication, which is any unmarried couples living together having sex is against the law in Idaho. I had to do 7 fucking years of probation and fucking pay all these court fines and do a bunch of community service for having fucking sex and having my first kid at fucking 14 years old.
Fucking DMT, dude.
Yeah, turn that all around, man.
Oh shit.
Right?
You still have contact with all of them?
Absolutely.
That's cool, man.
My oldest has done some skydives. He's got a couple fucking static lines under his belt. He dives with me. Like we go fucking dive for gooey ducks and stuff. He's like a surface applied air scuba diver.
So are you PADI certified?
Oh, I'm PADI. I'm SDI and I'm surface applied air Kirby Morgan mask certified for surface applied. I fucking do it for my other job. Like I scuba dive and skydive for a living. I fucking surface applied air scuba dive for the Puyallup tribe of Indians. I'm a registered member and I fucking dive for them to harvest gooey ducks.
What's a gooey duck?
It's a horse cock clam. It looks like the most phallic clam you've ever seen.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, Google this shit.
No.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking clam. It
looks like a Johnson.
Like the clam is huge. It's like, that can't fucking fit in here. What's up?
Can I get one of these? I don't want to run away. I don't want to run away. Do we got any more?
We can pause.
Yeah.
They were out in front of they had a case of that over at the hangar.
Oh, I didn't mean it had to be one of those. I mean, it could be.
We'll grab one of these.
Yeah. You promise?
Yeah, it's in the cooler. I have that one.
Tag? Nah, that's his.
Gooey duck.
I just don't want to disconnect.
Fucking, what's a gooey duck look like? I got you recording.
It looks like a giant dick with uncircumcised dick with a clam wrapped around it. Holy fuck, dude! Check out this picture.
Fuck that. She needs to. She needs to deep throat that.
Sorry, I took
Dude.
one of your white claws.
Look at that.
She needs to deep throat that shit.
That is about a 5-pounder? A 5-pounder? So when we dive for these, they're probably between, for us, on the native side, 11 to 15 bucks a pound, sometimes up to $26 a pound on the Chinese market during Chinese New Year. Because they're like lobsters. We ship them over live. They put them in a tank. They put a rubber band around the shell. And you walk into like, the Vegas casino lounge and you look at the fucking lobster and you're like, I want to eat that one. It's basically the same thing for upper middle class.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like the sweetest fucking clam you've ever had in your life.
Well,
have you ever had
I'm
clam
married,
strips?
buddy. That's
You ever
the
had
sweetest
battered clam strips from anywhere?
Yeah.
They're probably gooey duck. Yeah. So the middle parts,
It's
right?
horrendous though.
It's disgusting looking.
The middle parts right around the shell are like really tender. You could what we do like to prepare them on the boat, like blanch them, hot water, you boil them for a second, you peel the skin off of them, and then you slice them thin like ceviche, and you just put them in soy sauce, a little bit of hot sauce, and eat them like that raw. Or you could boil them up a little longer, put them in some chowder, but the pieces right next to the shell are like the softest. They're like really nice and tender, but as the closer to the tip, it's more chewy.
Dude, there's a gooey duck song on YouTube.
Near the fucking mic. You're playing it.
All right, hold on, let me get off Bluetooth.
They're tasty, man.
The gooey duck song.
The king of clams. Yeah.
Dig a duck, dig a duck, dig a gooey duck, dig a duck, dig a gooey duck, dig a duck a day. Dig a duck, dig a duck, dig a gooey duck, dig a duck, dig a gooey duck, dig a duck a day.
Fucking hideous, dude. Look like giant cocks coming
They're tasty as fuck, though.
Gotta dig a duck a day. Gotta dig a duck, gotta dig a duck a day. Dig a duck, dig a duck, dig a gooey duck.
Look at that one.
Gooey duck porn.
Please don't look that up. I don't want to be fucking harvesting these things and thinking about somebody fucking deep throating and shit. Look, it's bad enough. This is kind of how I describe my job to people.
Hold on. Look at this. Watch. There's a black chick plucking her eyebrows.
All right, enough of that.
Yeah. So this is how I explain it.
Anyways, if you don't know what a gooey duck is, go online and look
This is how I explain looking for them on the bottom of the ocean. In most of our free time doing tandems, we're running around the bars and shit, and we're hoping that when we put our fingers back behind a skirt, we don't come up with a Johnson. When I'm down on the bottom of the ocean looking for gooey ducks, there's these little holes in the divots in the bottom of the sand, and I put my fingers in that hole, and I hope to God I come up with a Johnson. So constantly in my other job, I'm checking for trannies and hoping I come up with the big one.
That's a good analogy, dude.
Dude, it's totally like that. There's no visibility. You're drunk as shit on the bottom. You know, it's like the parenthetical, like the parallels. At night, you're drunk as shit. You're looking for looking, checking for trannies just to make sure you can get a blowjob, you know, and it be okay. And then in the water, you're blind because the fucking soot and the silt because we have a pressure washer in one hand and it's like blasting the sand so you can dig them out. And so like the visibility is shit, especially in the Puget Sound. So you can't see shit, kind of like you're drunk, just stumbling around, putting your fingers in holes. And And during the day, I'm hoping I fucking come up with a Johnson because it's a gooey duck. But at night, I'm hoping it's just a sweet honey hole.
What's the biggest gooey duck you've harvested?
I don't know, man. I got some pictures. We don't really weigh them individually. Like they're in like milk crates. And then like...
Show me with your hands, like how big.
See, the thing is when you dig them out, they're like stretched out. So I'll be shoulder deep on the bottom of the floor, body laid out on the bottom with the pressure washer in the hole. And I can't reach the bottom of the shell to get the fucker out. So I'm blasting and trying to move the wand around to kind of to break him loose. And once I bust him out, that fucking shaft shrinks, just like when your dick gets cold in the winter, and they can retract it all the way down. So how they look when you pull them out of the fucking mud is totally different from how you feel them when you dig them out of the fucking mud, because I'm like head deep, like I can't even reach the bottom of the shell, but I can manage to bust them loose, and then they come up and they're like, I was arm deep for something that won't even reach my forearm now. You see what I'm saying? Like they're deep.
Gooey duck. My mind has been blown tonight, dude. Gooey duck and DMT. Two things I've never even heard of.
We're at the bottom of the ocean, just like violently trying to pull out these fucking horse cocks of the mud and put them in your bag. So that's another, like, whatever, how many dollars a pound. And we're professionals.
Fucking gooey duck wranglers, man.
We're violent professionals. It's not a fucking, like PC environment we work in, right?
No.
We're pushing people out of planes. We're fighting cocks out of the mud in the bottom of the fucking ocean. Up and down, nuts to butts all day.
Nuts to nuts.
And fucking dicks in my hand in the ocean.
You have some pretty cool fucking jobs, dude.
I don't know, man. It sounds pretty horrible for when you say it like that. It's pretty rad, though. It's a good life. And to turn all that other bullshit around with a little help from
DMT.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by DMT.
Man, that'd be pretty cool.
I'll just put title.
If we could have canopies that just said like DMT on them when they open.
Just
and
a
stuff.
white canopy
Yeah,
that
just
says DMT.
So,
oh, that motherfucker gets it. Everywhere on the ground looking at it.
So what are some stories of some other people that you know that's helped change or turn their lives around through DMT?
I don't know, man. My journey's my own. I can't speak on anybody else's, but I can guarantee that everybody else I put up on game,
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. You know, but it depends on like your intentions with it too. Cause it can just be about colors and things, just like mushrooms can be, but you can get introspective and turn the light inside yourself and and try to battle for that. So you just have to
go into it open-minded?
Yeah.
And not really expecting anything?
Yeah. Or your intentions of it. Are you going into it to intentionally alter your perception to see colors and disco lights and party? Or are you doing it because you have some fucking questions about yourself that you're looking for and intentionally like trying to fucking better yourself? You know, like there's different intentions in like when you take those breaths. And I have noticed a difference in when I take those breaths on what my intentions are, the type of experience I have. And it's better to be humble and thankful and fucking grateful for every lesson we get and to definitely enter that mind space thinking the same, you know, because if you're just like, oh, like we're at a party, let's just do this or whatever, it's not going to be the fucking experience you're looking for, you know. Just like mushrooms, like they tell you, like there's a warnings there too. Like you want to be in the right mind state with the right people and you want to fucking do it for the right reasons, you know? Sometimes to grieve, which has helped me a lot. The last couple of years, I've lost a lot of people and mushrooms have helped me really reorganize my brain around like the loss. And I've taken them heavily around that loss period in order to deal with that. And it is, you know, only then, cause I have a job, I have like things to do, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like it's not like an everyday, like the things I'm talking about are like an everyday thing. It's like just when you find that space and that time to clear your head and you have the time to deal with those things, it's a good way to not compartmentalize, but actually bring those to the surface and confront them with a fucking full on headbutt.
It's a good way of fucking putting it.
Yeah. It's good because that's the only way that these things should be used, right? And that's the only reason they should be. It's not like some fucking continuous party that never ends. That's not the fucking thing. It's like we only do these things because we have to get right in order to maintain and like pay the fucking bills next month and to keep continuing on with the continuing on, because that shit gets hard sometimes. The monotony of the fucking machine and fucking performing and then like all this other shit that's ever happened. Like it's hard to fucking balance all those things. But
so I wonder, like with marijuana, for a long time it's had that negative stigma on it. You know, it was taboo.
Yeah.
You know, if you were to smoke it. Now there's science backing it, saying that, you know, when used medicinally, it can help with numerous things.
Yeah.
It's changed my life.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like,
I told you I stopped drinking because I was super into drinking all the time. Like I still drink, but it was taking over my fucking life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then anxiety and fucking everything. And then I started doing CBD and then started doing edibles, smoking, and I just do edibles and shit.
Yeah.
Changed. I would be in a much different place if I was in a fucking crime even a crime.
So I'm just wondering if
Absolutely.
DMT is going to be, and of course I think, I don't know enough about it, but I would say
they're already making psilocybin mushrooms legal in several states.
Colorado.
And they're pushing for that because it actually rebuilds the fucking neural network in your fucking neural paths where the synaptic gaps fire, repass all those things and it reroutes it around the trauma. So they've proven in science that the things that I'm talking about are real. And it's like, help me because that's where I'm at, you know? But it's cool to see the science actually backing up what I'm talking about and been telling people about, because there's so many stigmatisms against it.
So you can definitely see a medicinal side of it.
That's what it is. If you're not doing it for medicine, like I said, and you're not doing it to internally, introspectively go inside yourself to figure out how you could be the best you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Just like
Big Pharma would hate that, dude. Because Big Pharma,
they do hate it.
even with like
CBD,
CBD, man,
totally
they're
trying to
fighting
shut all
against
that down.
shit.
They're
Yep.
never going to want that to be the thing.
But CBD is becoming more and more popular.
They're going to take it and they're going to fucking bastardize it to the point that it's not even going to be the curtain. It will be lights and fucking colors, and they'll hold us away from the fucking getting past the curtain part, which is what I've seen in the effect from the Mimosa hostilis, from the bark and from the toad. These new pen things, you have to work harder to get to that point of enlightenment because it is a lot of colors and things, and it's genetically, and it's like, it's engineered to give you the party, but not the introspective. And they're kind of already leaning that way towards how it's being made, which is terrible because I've gotten closer to the curtain and past the curtain on the harsher ways to smoke it, which is the rough extractions from your friends that are like legit, you know, college chemists just helping you out.
Damn.
Because they're totally interested in the same research, you know, interspace, and rather than outer space. And I think a lot of people have been on that trip for a long time. As Owsley or Leary or anybody could tell you, it all started from a simple bike ride.
I'm not familiar with that.
Cool. I'm just putting you up on mass game. Cheers to that, man. The first bike ride on acid. Google that shit. Where it's like, holy shit, this is amazing. Everybody should do this and ride bikes because it's changing my life.
No
and then
shit.
the 60s.
Our parents.
Yeah. So our parents. Some of our parents' nowadays. Yeah, man. It's crazy to say all this shit on recording because it's different when you're around the bonfire talking like this with your homies, you know, but
that's why I got this set up, because it's like I wanted to I got this
capture some of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty rad.
The idea is like there's so many conversations.
Where are we at? Where we connect, you know? It's important.
Like, there's so many conversations that people have out in wherever, where like you could have this in your pocket, just everybody hit play or record, and then you just have a mic and everybody's just talking.
Just like today, we were running out. We ran out to Walmart to grab some supplies, and what were we talking about? We're talking about AIDS. We're talking about AIDS and how
everybody's got them.
How it came to be, right? And of course, I guarantee you just type in AIDS on Google and it would fucking tell you how and when and all that stuff. But I like to think outside the box and come up with my own theory about it. And my theory was it was some gay dude that worked at a fucking zoo decided to get stupid with a chimpanzee.
Dude, that's not the first time.
Story.
That's basically the fucking cliche story
That's
of
how it happened.
I'm a fucking genius.
It didn't exist before the 80s. Or whatever, 70s or some shit. When the fuck
that's the story they told all the
no
kids
fucking
the other
shit.
day, like, that's what the thing is.
How did AIDS start?
That's
This dude fucks a monkey.
not true. None of that is true. It all started from Magic Johnson. Just like,
Magic Johnson and Larry
I'm
Bird.
just
Like,
playing,
fuck,
man.
how did
Magic Johnson and Larry Bird fuck, and then there's AIDS.
oh God, I can't get that visual out of my head now. God damn it. Two of my basketball heroes as a kid are defiled now.
Your childhood's destroyed.
It's like saying Wayne Gretzky and fucking Joe Montana were making out.
check this out, guys? All right, so key points. HIV crossed from chimps to humans in the 1920s in what is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. This was probably as a result of chimps carrying the
That's Wikipedia, though.
Simian.
That's like anybody can update those sources. Like, that's probably my cousin on there fucking talking shit.
immune deficiency virus.
You gotta check the
SIV.
goddamn sources, man. That's Wikipedia shit. Does not cut it. It's not real
The
science.
origin of HIV has been a subject of scientific research and debate since the virus was identified in the 1980s. There is now a wealth of evidence, blah, blah, blah. The link, SIV. So the simian immune deficiency virus attacks the immune system of monkeys and apes. So 1920s.
That's terrible. Those poor apes.
Yeah.
They're just sitting
Just
there.
getting that monkey pussy.
God, that's terrible. It's so fucking horrible.
Monkey asshole.
Oh,
There's a gay dude named Brock or Thad.
Not in the Congo. Like, that's not...
It's terrible. How you gonna tie down a silverback gorilla and get in there? Like, how does that even happen? They could rip your whole
Maybe-
fucking head off.
Maybe the silverback gorilla tied down the dude he gave it
Oh
to.
yeah, it was like fucking rape time. You hear all
It
the
was probably some
Sasquatch stories.
Greenpeace.
It was like the Sasquatch ran right by me and just grabbed my girlfriend.
It's probably some Greenpeace guy over there on a mission or something like that. You're fucking raped by a
The
monkey.
accent.
Which one?
The South
monkey.
African accent.
I don't even know how that even sounds. Kind of Australian, right?
Sort of.
It's more ghetto. You gotta like.
It's more
de-antword
capey.
it up.
Yeah, dude.
The Cape Town ghetto. AIDS.
Love those motherfuckers. I do.
You should watch it. You ever see it? You've had your mind fucking flipped tonight. You ever watch? Do you know who Diemethyltryptawoord is?
Mm-mm.
Diemethyltryptawoord. Look up the videos. Diemethyltryptawoord.
Let me find you one.
Cookie. What's that one?
Cookie Thumper is alright.
Cookie thumper.
It's
I'll
die.
find you a good. Diemethyltryptawoord.
How do you say it like that? I've never heard it said like that.
That
That's
chick
so-
says it like that.
No, it's Landy though. She got that.
Landy.
She got that other voice, but he said it in German. This is my favorite. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite jam of theirs.
Watch the video. They're always fucking weird, dude.
If it works. If my reception doesn't suck balls.
What song is that?
Fokilanias.
Oh.
Have you heard that one?
There's no sound.
I got hooked on when I found out about them. I was just watching all their videos. It was like, what the fuck? We were sitting in the team house, just watching the videos. We were supposed to have like a minute. Just look at this shit. Put it up on the big screen.
What's Pakamisa? Raw fucking bass.
Fuck. Press the home button.
Did you see?
Fucking creepy.
They came from nothing from South Africa. And we're talking about them here in a podcast in
Yeah.
Washington. And like, some of us are fans, some of us ain't. But like, I mean, it depends on if you respect the hustle, I guess, man. Because I don't think he's ever been demasculized. He's never had a man bun. He might still have a rat tail, but man.
He for sure has a rat tail.
But, man,
His,
Alright, so
his
yeah.
mouth has 2 rat tails.
yeah, yeah. He's ghetto as fuck and he likes it, man. That's what he's fucking trying to sell and it works. It works for sure because
For
he
hot
lived that
bum
life,
sex.
man. He lived that life.
For hot bumps. So look at that.
Yeah.
There's like a monkey with a giant.
This is
fucking
DJ
gooey
High
butt.
Tech. You can't last 2 minutes in my world, bitch. All that shit. That ain't hip hop. I don't know what is, man. You know, if you're not fucking putting your ghetto out there and hanging out your fucking your beatbox skills and shit.
Blown. This is what I love this. You're just like DMT, Diane.
Mind blown.
I'm kind of a fan though, like
of that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not even fucking music.
Oh, absolutely, it is, man.
No, it's cool. Watch a few more.
Yeah. The one where they make fun of Lady Gaga is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
That one's
Look at
funny.
the hyenas and the fucking lions and shit.
She's wearing her meat dress in South Africa and tries to walk down the street and the hyenas get her and shit. It's fucking hilarious, man.
Damn.
So they, Lady Gaga wanted them in a fucking video, and they basically made a music video to say "fuck you."
And they fucking mocked the shit out of her, man. It's so rad. Like they don't give a fuck. They're straight like Cypress Hill of fucking
what are they
South
called?
Africa. Diemethyltryptawoord, which means the answer in South African.
Dude, right up your alley, dude, with all the fucking Satanist shit.
Oh, that's fucked up, man. My brother, when I showed him, he's like, oh, they're all about Satan and shit.
No.
It's like, how the fuck do you see that?
No,
like, I see some hip hop kids doing fucking hip hop shit.
What I'm saying, he likes weird shit.
DIE space ANTWOORD, ant word. The answer.
What I'm saying is he likes weird shit, like a lot of the stuff he posts are for like shock value and shit. But they're very much shock value, fucking.
Not as much as fucking like Eminem was back when he dropped the fucking Pill Popper album about his mom. That shit was the most shock value shit ever. And they're not even saying anything close to what he fucking said in any of those albums.
Either fucking videos, but what I'm saying, like Eminem, you look at nowadays, it's like, it's not even a big deal. You know?
Exactly.
What's the song called when we make fun of Lady Gaga?
Oh, what is that one? I don't remember what song it is. I know their short video is Uim Shiwam. So it's UMSHINI and then WAM. And it's just like a 15-minute short movie. It's fucking awesome. Thanks a lot for having me, bro. We can get some more beers and hang out. Appreciate the fucking conversation.
Yeah,
I don't know how long these things go for y'all normally.
Oh,
but
they're like 30 to 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. So we're like on the verge of one. I'm good for that.
Radio listeners all around the world, thank you for tuning in. Later this week, we will have a new update. And it will be fucking super awesome with like maybe dirt bikers and people of science doing science things.
Later, dude.
I love you guys. Thanks, man, for having me.
All right, so that was a killer episode I was not a part of.
The motherfucker's hilarious.
It's ever. So I hope you guys liked the episode. You got anything? You got anything to throw out?
Oh, nope. DMT. That's it.
Go check out our Patreon page. You can find us at. I mean, if you like this kind of shit. If you don't, you don't have to. But you can find us at patreon.com// whichever way. Violent Professional. Patreon.com/Violent Professional, and you'll find us and can support this podcast and help us grow in the future. You got anybody to throw any shout outs?
Test.
Nope. Don't say it. I'll cut that out.
Nope. I'm good to go. White Claw. Hard seltzer. And DMT.
What kind of hard claw?
It's a
White
mango.
Claw.
It's mango, dude.
Mango White Claw.
Spiked, sparkling. I didn't want to drink beer. So
Seltzer?
I went White Claw.
Good. And you
Hydrate
drank one of yours?
and get a mild buzz. Get my mind blown about fucking DMT. Dude went into the fucking science of it, dude. Blew my fucking mind.
That's the funny thing
He
about
was saying
people.
words I didn't even fucking know.
Dude, you listen to, you just go back when you get back home and like look at videos of talking about it. I've been watching them for fucking weeks, dude. Like it's fucking insanity, and there's more to it.
Would you ever try it?
I would, but not here.
Not
Like right now in this vape pen.
no, but like at your house
No, I wouldn't, because
in the middle of a forest.
no, I will do it when I have somebody that can fuck, because you can't necessarily do it by yourself. You need people to stop you from fucking harming yourself, I guess. It's what I've witnessed. You want somebody with you when you're doing it. It's not like you're just going to sit there and fucking take a DMT trip and go. Because like you said, it seems like it's a fucking 3 lifetimes.
So the big question
It's 5
that
minutes.
I have is, with all the researchers, stuff that you've read, listened to, do you think that it can be beneficial to the veteran community?
Absolutely.
To some.
I haven't done it, but I'm just looking at
podcasts and like watching YouTube videos from people that have done it. And I think absolutely. I think at least what it would do on an objective standpoint is that it would make you feel like all this shit that everybody gets freaked out about and pissed off matters. It would make you care less about all the bullshit and the static like paying bills and not have enough money and, you know, whatever. And just knowing that this thing exists, because I haven't done it, but knowing that it exists and talking to people like him that have done it and experienced it and go, it's life changing and it's only good that you do like treat it like medicine. Gives me hope in life. Just hearing people that talk about it, you know.
What was that other thing? I asked about it. The other thing that I told you about, my buddy went down to South America to a retreat.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca?
Yeah.
He said that changed his life too.
Yeah, it's the same shit. It's just it's like slow build up as opposed to DMT, like, which is like
immediate.
Getting shot out of a rocket it's immediate. That's why a lot of people, like he said, the curtain, it's also called the breakthrough is what people call it. A lot of people don't get there because it's so intense. It's like you take it and it's like, boom, like you're literally getting propelled somewhere else. That's why they call it the spirit molecule, because it feels like being transported through a wormhole or whatever somewhere else. You leave your body. And when you watch the videos, dude, you'll see people sitting there motionless. Like they'll do videos where it's like time lapse, like, you know, super fast, and like people are moving behind and that person's just dead still for 5 minutes, and then they go, like they come
you piss hot on it?
No, just like any drug test, you have to test for the specific thing. Yeah.
Well, I see it in closing. I see it if it can be used as for medicinal purposes and to help people, as with anything, CBD, marijuana, you know, if it helps them out the right way and it's not abused, then definitely see it being.
Yep. And with that, we're going to close out. I appreciate you taking over this episode of the Fine and Professional Podcast. And, anything in closing?
Nope.
All right. See ya.